Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Craze Combos, where Dino and I talk about things. Really,
Pretty much.
that's
Not
what we do.
not on the schedule today. How was your
Not the
day?
schedule today. It was good. It was really good. Got a lot of work done around the house. Even had a little time to play video games here and there.
It's great.
Um, so yeah, we got a lot of things done. Oh, and then my cat tried to commit suicide.
Like it couldn't handle it anymore. Well, it like what happened?
All right. So first, let me say that so my sister got my mom I don't know what they call it in English, a Pascua. You know that like flower that everybody
Yeah.
has around Christmas. What is it called?
Isn't it? It's not holly. I know what you're talking about. My wife got one too. It's like a red flower looking thing.
Yeah.
Let me look it
What
up.
is it called?
Pascua. It's gonna tell me Easter. Yeah, Passover. That's not what I meant.
No, that is not
Plant. Here it is.
poinsettia.
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 Euphorbia.
Poinsettia.
Euphorbia pulcherrima. It is
Um,
indigenous to Mexico and Central America. Oh, and that's probably why they don't have a word for it in English.
Well, I know they do, but I forgot what it's called.
I'm
But yeah, it's
not.
like a red flower, and in Mexico, it's basically like known as a Christmas flower, right?
I was
So
gonna say, 'cause
everybody,
there's holly. Deck the halls. Yeah, holly's
yeah.
a berry looking thing.
But yeah, so we got one of those, right? I also got a pet door for him to be able to go from like,
A pet
because we live
door. I want a
upstairs.
pet window. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So we got a pet door, and we're trying to teach him how to use it. And after a while, he started using it by himself, and then I guess he forgot how to use it by himself. So then he was just on the other side. He like locked himself out, and and
It's
then
unlocked.
eventually I went and I helped him. I pushed him through. He came over here, and then my wife was playing League of Legends, and I was watching the UFC fight that's going on tonight. And then she turns around. Since my sister had brought one for my mom, I bought her one because she also, she had said she wanted one. So like, I'll buy a little one for upstairs because I saw one at Walmart on checkout.
Oh yeah, they're pretty
So
cheap.
yeah, so I get a little one just for us to have upstairs.
Hmm.
And she had we had just gotten it a couple hours ago, and like I said, when we finally left the cat alone, then she turns around and this man is eating it, and I know it was poisonous to animals. She freaks out and she's like, "No, what are you doing?" And
And
I
he's
was like,
like, in the
he's
end, it
like,
doesn't even matter.
yeah, she's like, why are you trying to kill yourself? And I'm like, you think it's because we were pushing him to try to teach him how to use the pet door? Like, come on, buddy, we're doing that because we love you. Like, it's not that serious.
You think it's because I kicked it through the fucking pet door?
I wouldn't kick him. We were just
I would
helping
have.
him. We're just helping him push it because he would like scratch at it, and we're like, dude, just push it. And eventually, he was able to go through it by himself, and then I guess he would just forget that he had to push it a little hard, and then he would just like scratch it again and then give up.
Oh, he didn't
So,
forget. He knew.
so, we're it's probably gonna take a couple days, but I'm pretty glad we got it because he do be scratching the door anytime we close it, and then he like wants to keep going from one side to the other. So yeah, but yeah, that's what my cat tried to commit suicide today. That did remind me though that I've been meaning to like buy him some plants.
To
So for
eat?
his catio, yeah, cats like to eat plants like lemongrass, which I love. I love lemongrass. And tea, obviously, I don't eat it.
What about catnip? You got this motherfucker on the sauce?
Yeah, yeah. They also catnip. Like you can have catnip, lemongrass. There are a couple other plants. I want to put some in the catio, and maybe have some like near
Get
the window
get him
so
a
I can survive him,
cactus.
so he can like eat it over here.
Get him a
That's
cactus.
good for them.
A cactus.
Uh We do have a little cactus, but we have it in the garden, not inside it.
Feed it a cactus.
I think don't they need a lot of sun?
And heat? I don't know. I never raised a cactus. Cacti.
But yeah, so what's the saying? I don't even remember.
You were talking about the flower
Oh
committing.
yeah, my cat is trying to commit suicide. Yeah. So that happened. That was a thing.
Oh, I'm sorry, your cat's going through a phase.
Yeah, I guess us uh yeah, I my wife really loves her cat, and I try to make
And
her
I
time
love
a
my
little
wife's cat.
easier.
I'll,
Yeah.
I'll be here all morning.
Hey,
I'll be here all.
hey,
I'll be here all day. I'll be
yeah.
here all week.
I
Yeah.
always
Uh,
I will always try to do little things for him to make his stay here a little easier because him and the dog don't really get along. Like the dog doesn't really go crazy or try to attack him, but we're just kind of we don't really want to leave them unsupervised together. And
they might
the,
fuck.
so we always take the dog outside and like let him run around the yard whenever the cat's down, and he always wants to be down. He always wants to go downstairs. He doesn't like being upstairs unless we're here with
You're
him.
saying he DTF?
Yeah, he is.
Nice. No,
But
I'm in a good mood. I made myself a rum and coke, but instead of Coke, it's Pepsi, and instead of rum, it's peanut butter whiskey. But
ooh, that actually sounds nice.
PPBW doesn't really roll off the tongue.
What is it called when you use Dr. Pepper? It had a cool name, or maybe it wasn't cool, but it like a different name. It was like a pirate
Pepis,
something. Let me look it
pirate's
up.
ass, pirate's booty. I might be right. I don't know. I had some alcohol left, and I was like, I'll just finish it off with this Pepsi. So I'm in a good mood.
It's called like Captain Pepper.
Oh, that's kind of dope.
Wow, how did I forget that?
It makes sense.
It does.
But I had a good day. I went to the an aquarium today. That's pretty dope.
Oh, a funny thing. I was near to take my wife to an aquarium, and she's like, because she loves animals, right? So I'm like, well, she's gonna love the aquarium. And she's like, I don't really want to go to the aquarium. I mean, what's the point? To just see fish? And I'm like, I thought you loved animals. She's like, yeah, but fish ain't really animals. So I was like,
Fuck
okay,
fish.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
meant
let's
to be
cancel.
fried.
Let's cancel the yeah. And I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm not gonna argue with this. Let's just not go to the aquarium. And then she's like, wait, they had penguins? I mean, I'm down to go see some penguins. And I was like, no, we are not going. You didn't want to go. We're not going.
Too
And she
damn
just like,
bad.
because my friend went and she was telling me how like the penguins were so cute and like they do like a little march, for the people that go to the aquarium or whatever.
Some might
And
say there might even be a movie based on March of the Penguins.
yeah, but yeah, so that and it blew my mind. I was like, huh, okay.
The audacity, nah. No, it was pretty dope. We went to one. I'm not gonna give the loc. It's funny as anonymous as I try to be. I'm not very anonymous with the show. Like, I'm genuinely worried this is gonna get me in trouble, but it's okay. I do it for it's for the bit.
Do it
I
for a bit.
I just it's for the bit. The CPS and PETA will understand, I'm sure.
Yep.
But
Um,
yeah, it's pretty dope. I mean, the sea otters are pretty dope. They have penguins, puffins, beluga whales, whale sharks. It's a pretty dope place. Long ass drive, but I think it was worth it. I had fun. I think I was having more fun than my wife and her mom and my son. I mean, my son slept through half of it.
um, what was I gonna say? Oh, have you ever had
Oh wait, hold up. I was about to say, yeah, the peanut butter Pepsi butter. Yeah, it's good.
I
Uh,
was gonna say we went to this ice cream place. It's like Filipino owned, so they sell like Filipino food, bubble tea,
So
ice
they got
cream,
balut.
and
Yeah,
desserts and sandwiches.
balut
Really nice
flavored ice
place.
cream. Uh-huh.
No, so they had this. What was it? It was like whiskey and bacon, ice cream
Whiskey and
or
bacon.
rum. It was
Like a
yeah.
rum. I mean, I've heard of rum raisin, but whiskey and bacon? That's a bit
Yeah,
of
it
a
was some.
stretch.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was bacon and I think whiskey or something like that. Bourbon. Oh, bourbon and bacon.
Ah, okay, that makes somewhat more sense.
Bourbon and bacon ice cream. And you know, I love to try new things. So my wife was like, "Ew," and I was like, "Wait, why?"
I'm
She's
like,
like,
ew, I'm on their wife on this one.
"Yeah." So I was like, well, "You know, I got to try it." So I order it, and it was surprisingly good. I thought it was gonna be trash, but I was like, you know, I just have to try it. If nothing else, it'll give me something to complain about on the podcast.
If nothing else, I'll do it for the bit.
Yeah, so I do it, and guess what? It's actually good. Like,
It
is it my
didn't make
favorite
me. It
flavor?
didn't make me projectile vomit.
No, it was actually surprisingly good because it's like a little bitterness from the bourbon, and the ice cream itself is sweet, and then you get little chunks of bacon that are like really crispy, and once the ice cream melts in your mouth, you can like chew them. It was surprisingly like a really complex, good flavor. The more I ate it, the more I liked it. I don't know. It was just really good.
Some might say it's an acquired taste,
It definitely an acquired
sort of
taste,
like
but
chocolate chip
not
mint.
for everybody. But I honestly thought I wasn't gonna like it, and I was gonna be like, "Yeah, I don't know who came up with that, but that's crazy." But it was actually good. So if you ever see it, you know, try it, give it
Yeah,
a chance.
I I don't condone that. I think the weirdest flavor of ice cream I've ever had was like chocolate. No, I'm joking. I like vanilla. I don't know. I like vanilla. Vanilla is my favorite ice cream flavor. Like milkshakes, love vanilla milkshakes. I don't know. Something about vanilla. It's so good. It's simple but good.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I prefer vanilla over chocolate most of the time. I don't know why. It's just simple. It's just simple. But I will say I am not really the first time I tried a what most people in the world would consider a weird flavor of ice cream because whenever I go to this Mexican dessert place, I always get either mango and chamoy or tamarindo con chile or something, or
Uh
spicy tamar. Well, it's basically spicy tamarindo, which is
huh.
like this really sour Mexican fruit, um, or mango and like it's basically spicy mango as well.
Like a
So
mangonada.
yeah, like a mangonada basically. So yeah, and my wife is like, cause she says why every time I eat fruit I always put like tahine or something, and she's like, why can't you just enjoy a fruit? Why do you have to, you know, add stuff to it? And I always go like, I don't know, it just makes it taste better. And
Yeah,
when we,
I'm be real with you. I'm with your wife on this one too. I hate spicy stuff on my fruit.
well, I'm gonna take your Mexican card then.
Take it. I don't want it.
Anyways, so when we go to the ice cream place, she's like, really? Even on ice cream, you have to add pepper to to ice cream, and I'm like, hey, it's actually good. She's like, nope.
Nah, bro.
She orders like a normal one.
Y'all are subhuman.
No, I'm taking your Mexican card.
It's funny because I'm gonna be sent there.
Yeah.
I better stop talking all this shit. And then we start like a new podcast and it's all in Spanish. I thought about that. Let's make it a Spanish one.
Oh, I really want to make it because there's a guest I want to have. See if we can make a special
Fuck it,
episode
let's do it
in
today.
Spanish.
I got nothing
Let's
better
do
to
it.
do.
Let's do it when he's available. But
No, like now.
yeah, so when I was in Mexico, I was surprised that one of the most like popular flavors besides what you normally expect, you know, like
Rompope.
lemon,
Oh,
limon. They love like lime over there. Lime is so good though. But you know, you got your chocolate and your strawberry. They're really popular as well. But coffee flavor ice cream is huge. Like cappuccino and
to be
coffee. Like
fair, that's pretty good.
no, it's good. I'm not saying it isn't, but I was surprised how popular it is.
I'm not very surprised because I know like Hispanics love coffee. My sister-in-law loves coffee. Like every one of my extended family members love coffee, and I like it too. And then a latte, a frappe is basically coffee ice cream.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get it. I was just not prepared for how popular it was gonna be. Um, but
I thought the top
yeah,
flavor would be something like spicy.
yeah. But what's I gonna say? Oh, we also tried
Or have you
some of
tried
the
mamey?
some of the Filipino. It was a Filipino ice cream. I forgot what it was called, but my wife ordered that, and it was she really liked it. It was really good. They do like layers of fruit between like different flavors of ice cream.
It's called a
Um,
parfait.
so yeah, well yeah, but it was like it was similar, but it was like a Filipino dessert. I don't know what they added, honestly. I forgot. I didn't really taste it. I was,
I
I was,
I wasn't
I
touching
was,
that shit.
yeah, I was just happy with my with my bourbon bacon ice cream,
I'm
which
a,
sounds so bad, but actually it was good again.
did it get you
But yeah,
crunk?
I wish I would have gotten like a lot more if it did have that effect. But we also tried some of the food, Filipino food. It was pretty good, pretty good. Good place. The noodles were they were like these little thin rice noodles that were really good.
Really?
Uh, some egg rolls and
Did they have
there
ducks
was
on it?
like
Like, did they have fertilized duck eggs?
ew
Did
no.
they have balut? That's not Filipino place then.
No. It's like I would not go there if they sold that.
Balut? It's a
I
delicacy.
I don't care. I wouldn't eat snails if I was in France
I don't
either.
care
But
how delicate it
there,
is.
I like to try new things, but there are just lines I won't cross because I just don't want to.
I'll be watching videos on TikTok of like China. I'm assuming this Chinese, but it's like Chinese people running a store, and they start eating like the snacks and shit. Like they're getting high on their own supply, and one of the snacks is like snails in some kind of chili pepper or chili sauce, and they
Nails?
snails. Yeah, they like it's
Oh,
like
snails. I thought you said nails. I was like, what?
no,
I can
they
even chew that.
they use nails to suck those suckers out, dude. It's wild. But they suck on it like it's like the best thing in the world.
Yeah, no, there. Oh, what about what are those things called?
Sweet and sour chicken.
Clams?
Uh-huh.
No, what are they?
Oysters?
Clams or what is that thing that Mexicans love to eat like raw? They just put like a little bit of lime
Pussy.
and they just slurp it.
Isn't it
That
oysters?
oysters, yeah, oysters.
That's it.
I'm
I
saying
literally
clams.
said it. I literally just said it like 3 times, and then I'm like pussy.
My bad. No, but yeah, oysters. I'm like I for a long time I didn't want to try them, but every time we would go to the lake with my family, they would get
Oh hell yeah,
like a
dude.
big ass bag of them, and they
Yeah.
would just like open them up, slurp them, and I'll be like, nope, no, I don't want any. And then I actually went to the Chinese place, and they had this little sauce over them, so you couldn't really see the meat of the oyster, and like the sauce kind of smelled good. It was like a little mayonnaise and a little hot sauce or something on it. And I was like, you know what? Screw it, I'm gonna try one. They are so good, dude. Honestly. I
Ah,
think it's just the sauce that is good though, because I've never had it like my family does. They'll just put like lime and salt, and sometimes they'll put like a little pepper on, and then they just like slurp it. But no, but that the ones they do at the Chinese place, they are good.
no, my dad he gets a whole plate of oysters and just a little bit of Texas Pete, a little bit of lemon, and he slurps them down. And to me, it just doesn't look appetizing.
It doesn't, but I mean, it's definitely an acquired taste. Again, talking about acquired taste, that's definitely one of them.
Speaking about an acquired taste, don't you love OnlyFans?
OnlyFans?
Yeah, so good.
Uh,
I mean,
not
it's
really.
doing a number on our society, but I just, because back in the day, if there was a hot girl, like on the street or something that you saw, you just had to imagine what she looked like naked. But nowadays, she probably has an OnlyFans, which I think is it's just great.
Dude, when I was in California, there was this chick that was driving this really nice sport car, and her license plate was basically like it was it was her name, and then she had like an OnlyFans thing on her, like advertisement on the back of her car. So I had to look it up.
She's sponsored by her pussy.
So I had to look it up, and I was like, yeah, let me look it up. Uh, Obviously leaks though. I'm not gonna pay for that.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like whenever I see something that I'm like, oh, this is interesting, I had to look her up leaked because sometimes these bitches be charging $20 just for fucking bikini pics. Like fuck you, dude. Like if you're gonna be on OnlyFans, you need to be completely naked. I don't give a damn what you're doing. You could be feeding crocodiles, but you need to be fucking naked. $20 in a fucking month.
Yeah,
I don't need to spend that much on my son.
Yeah, no, I remember the first time somebody told me about it because I was like, they're like, oh yeah, yeah, dude, you got to check out this girl. I think it was Carely Ruiz because like Mexican people like her. What do you think about her?
I've
You know who
never heard
that
of
is,
her.
right?
No.
You never heard of her?
Who is she?
She was like Mexico's number one OnlyFans girl, and this this gay guy at work and this other girl were talking about her at work, and they told me like, what do you think about it? And I was like, I never actually like I've seen you know things online, but I don't really go to OnlyFans. I've never
I may
subscribed to,
be a connoisseur of sorts.
but yeah, I'm not gonna go over there and like not of that website. I'd rather enjoy the free stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But
You don't have to.
but
Yeah.
yeah, so I was like, they asked me, you're a guy, like, have you ever subscribed to anybody on OnlyFans? And I was like, no. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me look into this. So I go and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll even try to subscribe to one of these girls because they're all like, oh yeah, I will message you personally, blah blah blah. They promise you all these things.
I will rate your
So
cock.
yeah. That was one of the things they were offering. Well, some of them. And I was like, you know what? This might actually be worth it because I was single and lonely at the time. And then I really thought though that once you like paid, like that was it. But then there was this one girl that had like a free
As a
30-month
free,
trial or
uh-huh.
something.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, let me try this. So I go, and then as soon as I join, she's like, here is a set of bikini pictures for like an extra $20, and here is a 10-second video of me twerking for $50.
Fuck
And I
that.
and I was like, wait, so I gotta pay you just so I can pay you more to see things?
Yeah, it's fucking
And,
yeah, that's ridiculous. I don't like or like whenever they pretend that they're gonna like fuck, like they have an OnlyFans and they're basically showing everything off, and then you get to their OnlyFans and they don't fucking take off anything.
no, and to me, this might seem like really uh dumb to some people, but like they'll be like, nah, I would never do that or whatever. But to me, it's like if I was spending that amount of money that these people do on OnlyFans or on even streamers, right? Like streamers, webcam girls, whatever. I was like, I would rather even go to a strip club or just straight up to like an escort or something. Like if I'm gonna spend hundreds of dollars, I
Oh
want something actual physical. Like I don't care if I'm risking prison. Like
no, no, hold on.
I'm not.
Oh yeah, go
I,
ahead.
I said I'm not gonna go over there and give these girls all of this money just so I can look at pictures of them on the internet. Like that just seems like you could get a way better bang for your buck. Like either go to a strip club or like straight up just hiring an escort. Like
Dude, this is
get
take I'm sorry, go go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. Let it out.
I gotta let it out. This one guy, so Sophie Rain, I think is her name. She released like a list of her top like donators or whatever. And this dude donated $5 million.
Wow.
Like one guy, and then as soon as she released the list, and people like started like paying attention to this fucking lonely dude, um, he donated like 2,000 or $7,800 more as a daily allowance.
What does he get out of it?
I don't know. I hope something good. I think she just calls him by his username. Like I think that's the most he gets. Yeah, he's literally like, oh, I see you talked about me, baby, on Twitter. I'm like, bro, it's not even your legal name. Like, don't ever release your legal name because that is sad, homie. You know what I could do with $5 million?
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, go
Dude,
ahead.
no, but it's insane what some of these guys are into. Like, I used to talk. Well, I didn't used to talk to this girl. I used to
No, yeah,
know.
go ahead.
I
Incriminate
used to have a
yourself.
friend
Yeah.
who became friends
Uh huh.
who became friends with this girl that was like a stripper on the side,
Safe. Uh
and
huh.
and she did all those things. She was on like sugar daddy websites and all that. And then and then she was like, the best is when you find a guy that's into like, what does she call it?
Freaky shit.
Financial domination, where basically
Oh,
they just give you money. The guys give them like money or control over their accounts, and they get off on the girl spending money. And I was like,
you mean like a pay pig?
No, no, like they don't literally get pictures or nothing back. They literally just give the
No,
girls
yeah,
money,
yeah.
and the girls just spend money and they show them how they spend their money, like, oh, about this purse or something, and that gets them off.
that absolutely disgusting. If a girl came up to me like, "Hey, I spent $20 just to get some gas," I'd knock her shit out. Like I'd knock her the fuck out. Like fuck you, dude.
Yeah, it reminds me of when this my friend, his ex, hit him up. We're like drinking at like 2 in the morning, and she's like, "Oh yeah, like my new boyfriend left me in the middle of the road because we had a fight. It's cold and it's like 2 in the morning. Can you please come get me?" And he's like, "Am I gonna get some?" And she's like, "What?" And she's like, "No, I'm just asking for help." And he's like, "All right, bye." Hangs up, and then I guess she couldn't get nobody
Shit,
right, so
that
she's
look
like,
like Red Cross to you?
"Yeah, yeah."
This
So
ain't
she
charity. What the
she
fuck?
calls she calls back, and she's like,
Hey, you
"All right,
asshole.
yeah, like you can come in for some coffee if you give me a ride home." And he's like, "All right, on my way."
This better be the
That
best damn coffee of my life.
coffee was cold, but
Yeah, it's nothing but grounds.
yeah, she actually gives him coffee. She's like, "Hey, I did say coffee." No, but yeah, I'd be more like my friend. I'm not that extreme, but I'd be like, I wouldn't. I don't know how people can get off on like some girl spending money. Like, well, there's a lot of fetishes I don't understand, but that's definitely the top of my list. But like that girl, the one that my friend was friends with, she wasn't even that good looking. So I was like, man, I cannot
She
believe
was kind of mid.
guys. Yeah, she really was mid. I
Nice.
was like, I cannot believe how much guys spend on mid looking girls. And then she told me about like, because they were there talking, and she was like, oh yeah, like he's cool, you can talk about whatever in front of him. So she started talking about how she was I started asking her questions, about being a dancer, and she's like, I'm on this like support group for like strippers. Well, she called it dancers, but where they were like
Sex workers. Ha ha ha.
giving each other tips and stuff, like, oh yeah, how do you make more money, how to like get guys to give you more money,
Go to
like, you
college.
know and all these things. And where was I going with this?
I don't
Oh yeah,
know.
yeah. There was this one girl that she would sell like panties, like used panties, and she was again mid. She was making like hundreds of dollars a month. I think she said, or like she started as like at least $500 a month selling used panties,
Absolutely disgusting.
and that was like profit. Like the guys would buy her like
Oh
50
hell yeah, it's
panties.
profit.
She
These
had it like,
panties, yeah, I was saying these panties
yeah,
will
she
probably be
would
like
get it.
$20 less.
She would have them on Amazon, and then she said like the worst though was that she had to like sometimes they wanted her to wear them for like days, and and then there was this other girl in the group who apparently she started doing like a daily, like basically like a girlfriend, like a I guess like a phone or online girlfriend thing,
Rent a
where she would
girlfriend, the
just
anime.
no, she would basically just not even that much, bro. She would literally just send like guys that paid for like girlfriend service. It was like a subscription basically, where she would send them like one selfie a day and like a good morning message, and I think it may be a good night message, but it was basically like 2 3 messages a day and like one selfie, and it wasn't like a nude or anything. It was just like one regular selfie, and again the girl was mid. I even remember thinking like, damn, I was like, I don't I cannot believe how pathetic these guys are. But also I was like, man,
That's sad.
can I hire some girl with low self-esteem and like basically become a pimp, like start like, because I was like, man, these girls are really inefficient with
I
the
thought
way they
about
do
that.
things.
I thought about that shit, and I'm like, isn't that basically pimping them out? It's like an episode of South Park where Butters is like, "Don't these bitches know they could be making some real fucking money just kissing fellers?"
Yeah, honestly though, like it really, I thought the same thing. I was like, man, these girls are really inefficient with their money, and then they spend it on stupid stuff.
Yeah,
And I told
clothes.
a friend, and this is years ago, so I told a friend like, we could go to some like Latin countries, like, and get some of these girls, basically pay them for pictures, and then we sell the pictures to dudes and pretend to be them, blah blah blah. And he was like, "Nah, bro, like, nah, that's not right." He nobody wanted to go into business with me, and I was just like, you know what? Maybe it is a bad idea. Everybody's turning it down. My friends that I
No,
told
no,
him,
you're onto
and
something.
yeah, and then like Andrew Tate. That's how he made his money, man. Like I could have been
Isn't he
Andrew
in
Tate. I
jail?
could have been selling. Yeah,
Isn't he in jail?
I think he got out. He's on probation, I think. But
Cool.
I could have been Andrew Tate, man. I could have been like, like sending messages to dudes, like getting them to jack off to pictures of girls, telling them how much I like their dick or whatever, and then later on
You get a little
become an
too into it.
alpha.
Uh-huh.
Later on, portray myself as an alpha and tell them, that because I'm rich, because I became rich by getting guys off, I'm an alpha now.
You want to know how
And
much money I made by getting dudes to beat their shit?
yeah, and pimping out girls, and like start selling dudes how to become an alphas.
It's
Like yeah,
hustling, baby, hustling.
that could have been us if I would have met you. I'm pretty sure you would have been down for it,
Oh fuck
but
yeah, dude! And then we get all the content for free.
yeah. So yeah, that would have been good, but
But
now it's
but I
no, now
had
it's too
to
late.
I had to not meet you at a certain time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
I'm
it's your
sorry about
fault.
that. My bad. My bad. I'll do better next time.
Yeah, better.
But no, yeah. I mean, it's but dude, it pisses. And I mean, uh, shout out to mid girls, dude. I love mid girls because like I don't know, it's something about overly hot people that just turns me off because it's kind of like for me, it's almost. I mean, I know it's unattainable 95% of the time. Well, I'm sorry, 100% of the time because I'm married. But like there's something about that. It's almost attainable beauty. Like when someone's overly hot, you're just kind of like, I'm never gonna fucking tap that. But when someone's like kind of mid, but like has some aspects that are like, oh okay, that's not bad. It's kind of like, oh, I could see myself with this person.
Honestly, yeah, I see what you mean,
Like,
but
cause like, all right, for like, it's just like, when there's like a really hot, like for example, like a really hot adult actress, I'm like, ah, yeah, but that doesn't really exist outside of like this media or whatever. But then you see like a MILF video, but the actress is like an unknown like person, and I'm like, oh okay, you know what? She genuinely looks like she could be my friend's like hot mom. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. No, there's definitely an effect to that. But what I was gonna tell you was that talking about mid girls, did you hear about the Hacktua girl?
Oh, she's facing some fucking shit.
She scammed the crap out of people. I was like,
God, dude, I
she's
still can't believe
literally,
people are still doing that cryptocurrency shit.
yeah, I can't believe they. I understand why they do crypto, but I can't believe they
No, I
keep
don't.
falling for this. I mean, you could make money in crypto, like but if there is ever an influencer or like a millionaire or billionaire telling you to buy this crypto, it's too late to buy it.
That's literally all of them.
N-
And then I mean,
Well,
they get people to endorse their shit, and that's what
yeah, yeah,
happens.
yeah. No, but there are legit cryptos, but you're,
They
but
had they had
like the ones the
Channing
ones that
Tatum
have
doing shit.
influencers, yeah, yeah, the ones that have influencers like trying to sell them to you, those are not it. They're literally they're either advertising because they're gonna dump it the moment you buy it, or or they're paid to advertise it. By some scum guy that like is trying to scam you. Like, there's no way this is legit. Like, if you heard about it from an influencer, it's too late to buy it. Like, it
I
keeps
don't.
happening, and then people literally go like, "I put all my life savings because Logan Paul told me to buy this crypto." Like, hasn't like really Logan Paul? Like,
I don't know if Angela White started selling titty coin. I think I might have to.
yeah, yeah, but are you really going to invest all your life savings? Like, I'm saying maybe I would be like,
Yeah,
you know what?
I'll invest all $400 of it.
Yeah. But no, yeah. And the Hacktua girl is so mid. I really don't know what people like there, okay? She said something kind of funny. Like, she became a meme. Cool. You know what I'm not going to do from somebody that became a meme by saying something funny? Take any advice on life on anything from them. Like,
No,
there are experts that like, oh my God. It is so funny
it's
because
kind of funny watching it bite him in the ass though.
it is like there was somebody that like literally was like, I lost all my life savings. I was like, you deserve that.
Yeah, you dipshit. I mean, you trusting this fucking bitch. She said one funny thing once and became a fucking star.
Oh, like unbelievable. There's this unbelievable story, right? Like, it sounds so made up.
Probably
But I
is.
remember reading about I was reading about, unbelievable things that happen in real life, and there was this like this is in the early 2000s. You know, internet was kind of new at the time,
Uh-huh.
where this guy gets an email that basically a faraway relative died and left him all this money.
Uh-huh.
So he's basically like celebrating. Basically, tells his wife like, "Yeah, my rich relative died and left me everything." Blah blah blah. Like I. So he basically like,
You
"Yeah,
need to
I'm gonna
get the
leave
fuck out.
you, and
Yeah.
you are not. Yeah, you're not gonna get any of this money."
Get the fuck out
Blah
my
blah
house.
blah. So the wife ends up putting, she ends up, I guess, like she ends up like playing it cool, and then puts some of that like what is that thing? Coolant. I think it's coolant. Yeah, it's
uh-huh.
coolant. It's very poisonous. She put some coolant in his drink, and he dies from it. And the it wasn't even a real relative that died. It was one of those scams that like
Nigerian
everybody
prince.
do. Yeah,
And
kind of that type of scam, but it
he's
was like
white.
yeah, he had to send some money. So not only did he fall for the scam, he was basically planning on leaving his wife, and his wife ends up killing him all over a fake scam. Like people really are this stupid in real life.
Oh yeah, I mean, have you seen who people voted for? I'm sorry, I don't want to make it political. Yeah, go
No,
ahead.
but I was looking at the hack to a girl, like scam thing, and one of the funniest things was one of the guys that was covering it. He went on one of this um cryptocurrency podcast where this guy gives you advice which one to buy, how to sell, how to trade, all this. And where they were discussing how politics is going to affect the cryptocurrency, because like Bitcoin went way up recently, and they were talking about the tariffs, and this guy was like, yeah, so we expect prices to go up for tariffs, and this guy that's giving all these people advice on cryptocurrency, he's like this financial expert, or so he claims. Um,
Allegedly.
he's like, yeah, yeah, but the Chinese companies pay for him, right? And then the guy, his guest, had to explain to him how tariffs work, and then he was like, no, but he said the Chinese is like, and the guy was like, okay, 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 you gotta let me clip this so I can share this so people can like understand how tariffs actually work. Like, if anybody on the internet calls themselves an expert, you gotta actually look for their credentials to see whether there's somebody that's actually worth listening to. Because now everybody can call themselves an expert, and then
Yeah, I'm
a
an expert.
financial expert. Yeah, yeah. Like I'm a financial expert. I don't know how the fucking tariff works, and I don't have 5 minutes to Google it. Or like even like go to Chat GPT and be like, "Can you explain to me like if I was
But just go
5
to
years old?" I was gonna say
Google.
something else, but like if I was 5 years old,
If I
and
was missing a couple chromosomes, can you explain this to
it,
me?
it's gonna be like at the office. Like, can you explain to me like if I was 5 years old? And then I'm gonna be like, can you explain it to me like if I was one? Because the five is too advanced.
Nice.
But yeah, yeah, no, definitely don't take advice from people online. I will say there is
Financial advice.
yeah, no, I would say there is a lot of places where you can learn a lot of good information, but you actually have to do research on where to get that information. Like you cannot just magically go to the first person or the most popular. Influencers are, in my eyes, a cancer to society. They don't really, most of, like 99% of them don't provide anything good, anything
Hey, hey,
worthwhile.
hey, hold on, hold on. We may become influencers in the near future. You may want to chill
And
with
then I
that.
will scam a bunch of
Yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
We
yeah. I
will.
we'll delete this episode. Like,
Yeah,
trust
we'll,
us.
we'll call it the crazed coin.
No, I'm gonna call it
And,
Tiny
and
Dick Coin.
oh, did you know Andrew Tate has a daddy coin? I think it's called Daddy.
Disgusting.
Yeah, yeah. So a bunch of men are like basically buying and taking things from Andrew Tate. Like, oh yeah, please buy Daddy coin for me, Andrew. Like that is so manly, bro. That is so alpha.
I was like,
Like
oh
really,
man, all these
Daddy
girls are
coin?
calling me daddy
I thought it would have been something like Matrix or something, but Daddy, that just sounds
or
so.
Alpha Coin or something like Chad Coin.
Maybe those were taken.
Yeah, by some fucking redditor. I don't know. Like, it's I just don't understand the whole crypto thing. Like, just because one or two cryptos blew up, everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's the next big thing." I haven't seen it like go positive in a fucking long time. I mean, like with the whole thing with what the fuck is the name of that guy who went to jail? There's a lot of them. Yeah, there's a lot. That's a problem. There's a lot because the
Yeah,
cryptocurrency is a
basically,
fucking
you just have to
scam.
get lucky and get in early enough. But what people are doing now, because it's unregulated, there's like almost no regulation,
Yeah,
is
that's
that
the problem. So when shit
is
like
that
this
rich
happens, it's
people,
a problem.
yeah, yeah, rich people literally, because it's not regulated, rich people just become richer. Because let's say I invest a couple $1 million and I'm like, okay, we're gonna make this coin, we're gonna get this influencer to basically like, influence all these dumbasses to buy our coin. And we're gonna distribute all this coin to these other rich people that are gonna invest money, in us, and they're gonna like help us get people to buy it. And then once people start buying it and the price gets pretty good, we're all gonna sell our coins that costed us nothing because they were given to us for free. We're gonna make millions, and then the influencer is gonna make millions, and there's gonna be a fees that are also gonna be going to people, and then this coin is gonna crash, and then there's this, yeah, and then like normal people that actually work hard for their money are gonna be fucked because they're pretty stupid.
That's the
Um,
system, baby. It's all functioning. The system is working.
and I try to explain it to some of them because I like when this first started like happening. It was already happening, but it wasn't to this extent. But I remember they told me like, "Oh yeah, yeah. So did you hear that this coin went up?" And this was a couple of friends that are not they're kind of older, so they were like, "Oh yeah, so I heard about crypto. Yeah, so apparently this billionaire said something about this coin and how people are buying it, and it went really way up, and like a bunch of people made money. So he was telling me how he bought some for the next time he went up, and I was like, if you heard about it either on the news or because somebody said it, you're already too late. And then he was like, "Why?" And I sat there and I tried to explain it with my limited knowledge because I'm not an expert. And he was like, "So my coin, which I don't remember which one it was, is worthless now." And I was like, "Yeah,
Dogecoin.
yeah." So he lost a lot of money.
Good fucking riddance, man. It's just natural selection for finances. It's just, I mean, the only time I think I bought like $20 worth of like ether or whatever the fuck it's called, ether, whatever the heck the coin was. But I only bought it because I wanted to transfer it to an account so that I could buy a hentai NFT because I thought that'd be cool.
Oh, NFT was another thing that I was like, why are people buying this? This is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. Like you will own it. Like no, you will not own
Yeah,
it because
this
it's
picture
fucking
online that
digital.
anyone can take a like screenshot of, and people were getting upset that they were
No,
taking their fucking pictures of their monkeys.
no, it's literally anybody could just download a copy of it.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like it's online. Anyone can get it anywhere. Like it's not what's special about it. The only thing that's special about it is that you spent fucking $3 million on it.
I
God,
don't
it's
know.
so
I
fucking stupid.
I thought it was really really dumb. Like from an artist perspective, I kind of understood. Like if I'm making art and I want to sell art, I have to find a way because now if it's digital, people are just gonna copy it, and spread it, share it, whatever. But that was not the answer. Like that was so dumb.
You wouldn't download someone's worth financial decision. God, if I could download a fucking car, dude, you think I won't? You remember those commercials?
Yeah,
It's like you wouldn't download a blank. Hell yeah, I would if I could.
yeah, I would if I could. And the thing is, you remember how like piracy decreased a lot when subscription services were actually good because it was
Mm,
more trouble to pirate and download shows than just subscribing to Netflix.
yeah.
Now Netflix is expensive. There are like 20 different. It basically became like cable again, where there's like all the subscription services that you have to watch the shows that you want because
And
there are
then
like
then
all
it's
the
not on
shows you
there.
want to watch are in different ones. They're more expensive, and I don't know. The quality has it has gone down, and then they complain like all these people making all this money complain about like regular people, like that CEO that got killed in New York.
Oh, you're talking about the healthcare? Was it the healthcare CEO? Who's in charge of
Yeah,
like the healthcare system?
can anybody really say that the man didn't deserve it?
Oh, everyone's like, there's a bunch of funny jokes on TikTok like, um, I'm sorry, my condolences aren't covered by your plan or some shit like that. Like it's literally like people just like everyone's hailing the dude as a hero because he.
No, I mean he is. I hope there's more like him. And
Hey, calm down,
what
bro. Calm down, bro. Calm down.
and it
Hold up. Calm
reminds me of
down.
this line that I heard on a movie. I think it was a Batman movie where Catwoman says something like, "You really thought you could take so much and live so little for the rest of us." Like all these people that try to make us feel bad because this man died, or all the effort like police is putting into him, like all these people that are getting killed in New York on the daily, all this crime going on, all this R words, that is happening to women, and all this
Was this on the
child
Black? I
that
was
are
about to say,
getting.
was this on the Black Widow movie? Because I did not see that.
I think it was on one of the Dark Knight movies, but
Ah,
I
okay.
remember something like that being said on one of the speeches. Because on that one they basically
Are you talking about
start
Joker?
hunting the rich people. I think it's on the third
I'm
one
about
where
to
they
say,
start hunting
isn't
the
that
rich people
Joker?
down.
Isn't that just Joker?
No,
The
it was on
Joaquin
the third
Phoenix?
one. Joker doesn't come down because the author unalived himself. Um,
I haven't seen any of the Dark Knight Rises. I think
all right, you know what?
I seen part of the first one.
You haven't seen Lord of the Rings. You haven't seen The Dark Knight. Sometimes I wonder what's wrong with you, and then I remember you haven't watched those movies.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr.
And I
Rich
know.
Boy. I mean, I grew up without having like all those good movie channels, without the internet subscription services. Like, is all I had was like, Boomerang, Cartoon Network, and like Nickelodeon. Not even the good one, like Nicktoons. Like I couldn't even watch Dragon Ball Z Kai.
First of all, I remember some of those movies came out in like Univision or some of those
Yeah, in Spanish.
channels that you
I'm not
had.
gonna listen to it in that pagan speak.
Oh, okay. Well, and then like for how old are you now? Because like you had years to at least watch the Lord of the Rings, man. You had years to
God, I
watch
don't
the Dark
want to
Knight.
though. I feel like if I watch Lord of the Rings, I'm gonna become like a deeper level of nerd that I'm not ready to accept. I
I don't know what to tell you. It's
I haven't
really
seen
really
Star
good.
Wars. I haven't seen Star Trek. I don't know. It's not my thing. I guess I don't know.
Dude, Star Wars was ruined for me when I was a kid because I remember I was like, oh yeah, the first time we were gonna watch Star Wars is in Mexico, so it wasn't as big as it was over here. And I'm like, I'm a kid, and I'm like, oh yeah, I heard that like things about Star Wars. People would make jokes and comments and references and blah blah blah. So eventually, I'm like, you know what? There were it was when the Star Wars one came out, so I was like, you know what? You know, I'm so hyped for this Star Wars. So the first Star Wars movie I watched when I was a kid was like the prequel, the first one, and
I don't
I
know
was
the order. It's all
yeah
confusing.
yeah. So the old ones are 4, 5, and 6, and those are like the original trilogy, and then they go to the prequel where they do 1, 2, and 3, and then the Disney ones, which were basically slash like remakes slash modern versions with like the old characters. Um,
Yeah,
but
none of that means anything
I
to
haven't
me.
watched them because the first one was not it, man. That first Star Wars movie is not it. So I was like, nah. So I just like I like Star Wars like mainly because I played video games and some of their video games have been really good and really fun. But yeah, like watching that first movie just killed Star Wars for me.
I never watched any of it. I mean, you kind of get discouraged whenever you hear shit like that. Like, oh man, the new Star Wars is so ass. It's kind of like, well, then why would I get into Star Wars if I know it's gonna get progressively worse? Or like, like Game of Thrones. Like one of the reasons I don't really want to watch Game of Thrones is because everyone's like, oh man, the ending is like so fucking bad, and I'm just like,
It
wow,
is
that
so
doesn't.
bad.
It's sort of like, well, why am I gonna get invested into this thing just for it to be bad? You know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly, with Game of Thrones, I was so hyped to like rewatch it from the beginning, and then that last like the last 2 seasons when they stopped following the books. I think it was the last 2 seasons. Might have been a little bit before that. I think it might have been the last three seasons where they stopped following the books, but they were so bad. And if they would have given us like a cliche ending, or if they would have just gone cliche, like that would have been acceptable for me. But nah, like they did things that looked like first it looked like it was a fan fiction. Basically, it felt like it was a fan fiction. Like,
I thought it started
and then the
with
twist
the
at the
whole
end.
fight in the dark or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. At the end, like the ending would just felt like so stupid. Like it felt like they were spitting in my face, and it was just so bad. Like
Uh,
honestly, it ruined it for me. I was so hyped to watch it again from the beginning once I saw the ending, and I was like, "Yep, I don't even want to watch it because it was so good, but it ended so bad. It
or
just felt pointless and worthless. And that's the worst thing that you want because there are some endings that leave you angry. There are some endings that like the person you want has like a sad ending, and things go bad for them, and but like overall the story got resolved and maybe they paid a heavy price or they died or something, but it kind of makes sense in a way, so you're willing to watch it again. But Game of Thrones, the ending just made it feel like so worthless and idiotic. Like it just made the journey feel unnecessary.
and
It's like when
see
people,
and
I know
see
you
when
haven't watched it.
when you hear shit like that, it kind of makes me go, "Oh, then why would I watch it?"
Yeah, yeah, I'm not telling you to watch it, but like Lord of the Rings is honestly really good. The books, I read the books, The Hobbit, the Lord of the Ring trilogy. They're really really good. Now the Hobbit movies, I don't really recommend those. They're not bad, but they're not that good, and they changed a lot of things. But the Lord of the Rings like the movies are really good. Definitely recommend those.
I don't know.
Now,
That's my thing because what else is it like I don't know I don't get into shit like that mostly
oh,
because I don't have the time, but I mean, whatever.
let's talk about, since we're talking about like bad endings and stuff. What is the worst ending you've ever seen on like or read about? Like any book, movie, show, anything.
With a bad ending, I didn't mm, the end of Attack on Titan, I think.
Ah, yeah, that was. I didn't like that either.
And I haven't even watched it. I've seen the first seasons, like I've seen all the seasons, but like the last bit, I only watched the first part of it, and then I stopped because people were like complaining, like, "Oh man, why is everyone so upset with like Aaron? I mean, he's like a hero. Like, like fuck those people. Oh, they're innocent. Like they just discriminate the fuck out of the whole like city or whatever." And I'm just like, yeah, no, fuck that. My man can commit a couple war crimes.
Yeah. Uh, I felt like the author wanted a different ending, but I felt like he was forced to try to make it happier than he wanted it to. I don't know. It didn't feel genuine. It felt like he wouldn't have written it that way. I felt like he probably had pressure to change the ending. At least that's how it felt to me. I really didn't like the ending, but I think I'm a name two that they've probably been the worst endings I've ever seen
Hmm.
on anything. One was from an anime where like it has like a cliche happy ending where they're running away from like assassins and they're just like,
I feel like we've talked about this before.
oh yeah, I think we have. Yeah, but I'll just say it real quick. Basically, they get killed off screen, and basically, once the credits start rolling, they get killed off screen, and he just comes back and he shows them dead. And then on the other one, I don't know if I've talked about this one. Is this one where this guy um has a crush on this girl? They basically say they're gonna wait for each other and reunite, and he spends his whole life just trying to look for her. He moves to the city she moved, trying to find his first love. Other girls just don't do it for him. Eventually, like years later, finally meets her. She's got a kid, and because he finally met her and he saw that she moved on, now he can finally move on, and that's where it ends. I've, I if I ever met the director of that movie, I would fucking punch him. Like it'd be worth it. I don't know why I felt like that wasted brain cells when I watched that. I would literally slap him across the face. And if I go to jail for it a couple nights, like it'd be worth it.
Nah, slap him in the nuts.
Oh, there's another one where it was like a vengeance manga. I'm not even gonna say the name because I don't want people to like give it any use, even if they're pirate reviews. Where it was all about vengeance, right, and like murder and martial arts and like like mafia type thing. And there was a terrorist attack, and this guy is like, yeah, so basically he changes the ending completely to the main character just giving away everything he built for and all his power and telling the final boss, the bad guy, like, yeah, I forgive you.
Fuck
Because
that.
yeah, because he saw like somebody say when there was a terrorist attack, I think it was in Europe, I think it was France, and there was a guy that was like, we beat the terrorist with love. Like we don't beat him by like fighting, like we don't let them scare us, we don't let them like make us hate people, we defeat terror with love or something like that.
Yeah,
So he
fuck
said that
that.
really touched his heart, so he wanted to end the manga that way. So he basically like the last two chapters where you spend hundreds of chapters just like building up for this final fight, and then she's like, basically an assassin shows up and tells the bad guy like, here, I could have killed you. We could have started a war to take you down because you betrayed us. But I'm just here to tell you that here's all his money and power and everything he owns. He forgives you, and that's where it ends.
Fuck that.
Another author that if I ever meet, I will smack a bitch.
Yeah, but all right. You want to do a quick Crazy Convo cards or?
Nah,
All right, cool.
let's just end it.
Nah, fuck it. Let's do one. I think we went pretty good off the cuff.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know where they're at. I got a
What
new.
the fuck,
So I had.
Pablo?
Okay, let me tell you the story real quick,
I don't
and then we'll
wanna.
end it with this.
Okay.
So I on the Black Friday, I got this desk online, and I measured, and on the website it showed the measurements that would have been perfect for me. The price was good, so I ordered it. I really need an L-shaped desk because this is just like a flat desk.
Mm-hmm.
And with things for the podcast and other things that I've recently gotten, I need more space. So once I actually put it together, first of all, I don't know, I don't know if they sent me the wrong one or they advertised the wrong one on that image, but it was supposed to be way bigger, and it was also supposed to be shaped like reversible, like either side, either the L shape was supposed to be was incorrect. It was basically backwards, and you could not change it. And also, it was way smaller, like over 10 inches smaller, and over like I think like 5 inches uh, slimmer, or like I don't know how to say it, but it was
It
way
was just
smaller.
off dimension wise.
It was just way off, like not even close. So I had to basically uh, send it back. Like I was like maybe I can make it work, but no, it was way too small. So I moved everything off my desk, and that's where I kept the race combo cards. And then I don't know what I did with them. Actually,
Well, you better fucking find them because I want to do one.
such a bitch sometimes, Dino.
Fuck you, Pablo. I do what I want.
Hmm. All right, here we go. What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is not being enough. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go deep. I finished my my PPBW, and now I'm all fucked up.
Your biggest fear is not being enough. What? Not
Enough.
being good enough?
Like enough. Like not man enough. Not like not being enough. Like I felt like my whole life I've just not been enough for like my parents, for my brothers. Like there's a lot of things that I really do just regret. I wasn't strong enough to defend my brother. I wasn't I wasn't like, wise enough to not make my mother cry. I just I don't like the feeling of not being enough, like enough of a husband, enough of a father. Um, and I just that's my fear, just not being enough.
Got you, got you. Well, that's definitely.
Not having enough dick is already like weighing on my mind heavy, so
I feel that. Well,
it just got really dark and depressing. Let's go. I'm sorry. I'll take that back.
no, no, no. Yeah. Well, let me tell
Biggest
you.
fear is literally everything. I'm super paranoid. Like, so we got bonus checks at work, and I was so paranoid that I not only did I take the bonus check out, like it's an actual physical check you have to go take to the bank, like to deposit. I took it out of the envelope, I put it in my wallet, and then as a like I don't know, as a like method of keeping it safe, I put the my regular paycheck stub in the in my bag in the envelope where the bonus would be. Like that's how paranoid I am. Like I'm literally like I don't trust these people. I'm afraid someone's gonna try and take my shit. So I had to make it like I had to put a decoy in there so they think they took my shit, but they didn't. Like it's I'm super paranoid.
Yeah, but dang, that's deep though. But you know what? Just work on yourself. Just work on yourself and make it so that you're good enough for yourself. You don't have to worry about other people think because you're never gonna measure up to what people want. You're never gonna please anybody, and you're not in this world
I'm never gonna please
to
my
please your
wife with this
parents or,
cock.
or your wife
Yeah,
or yeah, you can't help having a small dick, you know. So you just got to be the best version of yourself and
thank you,
make yourself somebody you're proud of,
thank you.
like
I didn't really
somebody that you
I
like.
really
Don't worry
didn't.
about other people
I didn't
think.
want
Don't
to
worry
talk about
about
it.
don't worry about people.
Yeah,
Just fuck it and become the
yeah,
person
okay.
that you like. If
Thank
you
you.
like yourself, fuck everybody
I
else.
don't
Well, then just change it.
appreciate it.
You're in control.
Nah,
So
I like who I am.
change yourself to somebody that you like.
No,
Start like your OnlyFans. You know, like you could sell your OnlyFans too. I'm
I
sure
did it.
there'll be like some
I
dudes
didn't
that are
really
into
want to talk
dudes.
about this. Okay, yeah.
Anyways, all right.
What
We
about
should
you?
have brought it up. Okay, now my biggest fear.
Yeah.
My biggest fear. You're the one that want to do this. First of all, I would have been fine with ending the
Yeah,
episode.
but I was just fucking around, and then you had to go and be deep and shit. Like fuck that. I want to be
Oh,
funny.
nah,
Stop coughing.
nah,
Get your head ass. All right, go ahead.
nah. My biggest fear. Hmm. I guess what happens after we die.
That's your fear, bro.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear.
I'm
Like,
just. Sometimes I just want to fucking let go. Like just fall asleep
I
behind
guess
the
my
wheel.
my biggest fear is like, what happens after we die? If there's like a hell, have I done enough not to end up there?
I mean,
Because like, imagine.
you're already going there because you're not Catholic, so don't even worry about it.
Oh yeah,
And
okay.
I'm already going there because I am Catholic and everything I do is a sin, so I'm already going there.
So yeah, but I guess that would be my biggest fear. Like that not only did I suffer in this life, but there's something way worse that awaits me once I finally die.
And I didn't
I
even
guess
want to
that
come into this life. I was forced.
yeah, I guess that would be my biggest fear.
Like I used to like tell that to my parents. Like I didn't even want to be here. Y'all brought me into
Yeah,
this mess.
dramatic much? Dramatic much?
But it's just like I didn't even want to be here. I'm not even having a good time.
But then just change it.
Yeah, okay.
Have a good time.
But uh like I said, so it's funny. I was gonna talk about this in the last episode or whatever, but so and there's a, prayer. I don't know if it's in the Christian handbook or whatever. Um, but basically, the prayer goes like, um, I confess, before Almighty God and all my brothers and sisters who I have sinned with, uh, it's like the things I've said, the things I've done, and the things I failed to do. Or like it's like okay, wait, hold on. I know it in Spanish. I don't know how it in English, but it's like um Yo confieso en Dios, por eso, hermanos que siempre mienten el pecado de pensamiento, palabra, obra y omisión. So the things that I've thought, the things that I've said, the things that I have done, and the things that I have failed to do. Like I'm basically like I'm like, is it ever gonna be enough? Like I just can't do. I can't do anything, but at the same time, I can't not do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I've been like in like taught that since I was a kid. It's like I can't think bad things. I can't say bad things. I mean, I obviously can't do bad things, but I also can't not do things. It's
Yeah, kind of like that. See no evil, hear no evil, say no evil,
but it's like and also like it's like
don't think no evil.
yeah, I'm like well like the things that I
You gotta
failed
be
to do, like what if I just I'm too slow to like I don't know, stop someone from like running onto the road and they get hit. Well, I'm fucked. I'm sorry. My bad. I didn't pass the skill check. Like
well,
my
did you
bad.
repent? Then you're forgiven, right?
Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't save that guy cuz he fucking bolted after the car.
Well, then if you're sorry, then you're forgiven.
See, that's what I'm saying.
That's how it works.
It's like so at this point I'm just like yeah, fuck it. I try to be as good a person as I can. If I like sometimes I may not be the best person, but I do my best and if that ain't enough then fuck it. Also
That's all you can do.
I like the image of just nothingness. Like I just like that I let go and just all my worries, all my struggles, all my like hardships just fade away. That's what I like to think.
Yeah. Well, let's end it on that depressing, sad
Hold
vibe.
on, one more thing. Okay, well, fine. I'll turn it funny real quick. It's funny. My wife asked me today because I told her, hey, I gotta record today, and she was like, "Do you like? Can I like ask you a genuine question?" I was like, "Okay," and she was like, "Do you enjoy recording?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll enjoy recording. Like, I have a good time recording. Like, I don't understand what kind of question that is. Like, it's not. If it was like something I had to do, I wouldn't like try
Yeah.
and be I wouldn't be on top of it and I wouldn't be like reminding you or like calling you like hey you ready to record like if it was something that didn't like to do I would be avoiding the fuck out of it. If she would have asked me is it worth it, that's debatable.
That's debatable,
If she
but
would have asked
have you
me
enjoyed it?
if she would have asked me if it's profitable, that's also debatable. So like and like but I mean I do enjoy talking. Like I said, we could just be talking to nobody, but I mean I don't know. It's nice to like talk and have my thoughts and things out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, no, it's definitely therapeutic if nothing else to at least talk about,
Yeah,
talk things out.
yeah. But it's just
Kind of like couples therapy for us.
it's like a really funny just tidbit of information. My wife was like, "Do you even enjoy it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I enjoy it. I haven't sunk any money into this because, and at this point we're in the red. Like we did,
Yeah, we're in the
we've
red.
lost money on this, and we haven't even like really gotten started.
One day we will be influencers and we can scam everybody out of their hard-earned money.
And then we gotta either scam people, groom people, or I don't know, beat our families or abuse our families.
Or we could do it all. Like
Yeah.
why do only one bad
Why
thing?
had to pick one?
If I'm gonna be a villain, I'm gonna go all the way.
Fuck it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's how it goes.
All I'm saying is like, yeah, if I become rich, I'm definitely buying one of those like anime pillows. No, just kidding. But yeah,
Why you had to be rich
no,
for that? You can do that now.
that was the jokes.
Ah, okay,
But
cool.
yeah, no, actually, I did buy one time when I was
Nice.
younger because I was at this anime convention and it wasn't like one of the nude ones or anything bad. But
Uh-huh.
I like to sleep holding a pillow, right? So I was like, you
Uh-huh.
know what? I think it'd be kind of funny, you know.
Yeah.
So I buy one, and she was fully clothed, and she was from Code Geass, one of my favorite animes of all time.
Uh-huh.
So I buy it. It was C2. Buy it, and the moment I put it there, and then people are like, walk into the room, and they're like, "What do you do to that pillow?" And I was like,
Don't
"I
worry
just
about
like
it.
sleep." I just kind of like to sleep with a pillow, like a body pillow, and they were like, kind of weird, and they were like, kind of looked at kept looking at it like I guess looking for stains or something. So I had to get rid of it like right away.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
why.
like, I thought it was gonna be kind of funny, kind of like, hi, like you're a big nerd. Like I didn't think people were actually gonna take it serious. So I was like, okay, I gotta just put a normal cover of my body pillow.
See, that's why
But
you had to make sure it was funny. Like you had to get like a All Might, like a dude, like something that would be funny, just to be like,
I
why do
think
you
I
sleep
think
with
they
a
would have straight up just thought I was like trying to fuck All Might and I was gay.
But I mean, I find it funny. Like, yeah, I thought about having an All Might like body pillow cover because I'm just like, I don't know. I think it'd be funny instead of having like a big titty anime girl.
And I even remember I tried to make a joke to my friends that they were like, because we're having like a little fighting tournament at my place that time, and I even tried to say like, look guys, I like to sleep holding a body pillow because it just feels like nice,
Yeah,
and
it's nice to wrap your leg around it.
if I'm gonna be hugging a pillow, might as well be a good looking pillow, and they just looked at me like they didn't
Or
want to be there
yeah,
no more.
they looked at you like it could have just been a regular pillow.
Yeah, like you're sick kind of face, and I was like, yeah, get rid of it. But yeah, that's probably one of my cringiest moments I've ever experienced.
Nice. I get to talk about how depressing I find life, and then you get to talk about a body pillow. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
But yeah, all right, guys. Thanks for listening to this. If you are, if not, I mean, fuck you.
If you're not listening to this, fuck you and your ancestors.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.